aspire to become a successful entrepreneur. And tonight, I'm proudly representing my beautiful Arunachal Pradesh. Thank you.
Mannasha, contestant number 7, 20 years of age, full optometrist. And tonight, I'm proudly representing my beautiful Tripura. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jessica Harluki, contestant number 8, 23 years of age, and I aspire to become a professor. And tonight, I'm proudly representing my beautiful Meghalaya. Thank you.
My name is Irene Dkhar, contestant number 9, 20 years of age. I aspire to become a psychologist, and tonight I am proudly representing my beautiful Meghalaya. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Eshanee Hatimuria, contestant number 10, 25 years of age, and I aspire to become a civil servant. And tonight, I'm proudly representing my beautiful Assam. Thank you.
My name is contestant number 11, 21 years of age, and I aspire to become a supermodel. And tonight, I'm proudly representing my beautiful Assam. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is contestant number 12, 20 years of age. I aspire to become a civil servant, and tonight, I'm proud
judges, Dr. Senior Kaditsu and Mr. Nise Merino on stage to felicitate our winners. I also call up. We have 6 subtitles for tonight: Miss Beautiful Skin, Miss Multimedia, Miss Talent, Miss Photogenic, Miss Perfect 10, Queen of Hearts. We begin our subtitle with Miss Beautiful Skin. Miss Beautiful Skin is sponsored by Tech Bill. She will be receiving gift hampers from Mula Akami and also gift hampers from Bipenopuro. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Beautiful Skin subtitle goes to contestant number 40, Miss Mannasha Devi. Can we have Mr. Merino crown our subtitle winner? Congratulations once again, Miss Mannasha, for winning the subtitle. Is sponsored by Anak Hero Motors. She will be receiving gift hampers from Mula Akami and also gift hampers from Bipenopuro. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Multimedia goes to contestant number 5, Dyna Jomo. It was a very close call between the contestants. Can we have Dr. T. Senior to crown our winner?
each other. I always wanted to say that you always had my favorite name. I hope that you will know, even if you go, you'll always be my favorite face. Yeah, you'll always be my face.
Has of course made our life easier. We literally have the world at our fingertips, but at the same time, it makes it easier to get lazier, and we go and overly dependent on the technology that was created to be a tool. So, I would say that let this tool be just a tool. Let us use it. Let us not let it rule us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, contestant 6. What is your biggest fear and why?
Thank you, ma'am, for the question. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My biggest fear is if I lose myself once again, my self-confidence. I don't want to lose it, and everyone don't want to lose their self-confidence. Thank you for the question.
Question. Do you think that the youth today face more pressure than the previous generation?
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your question. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I do think the youth of today are facing a lot of pressure, and the biggest pressure they are facing is the making of their life choices. They are pressured heavily by peer pressure and the pressure of their parents. So I suggest that we must all take a step further and let our youth be passion-driven and never be inclined with a regular 9-to-5 job. They have to be the leaders of their dreams and of their lives. Thank you.
Mean to be a modern woman?
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the question. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that being a modern woman is not someone who is just modern in her looks and in her beauty, but someone who remembers God and someone who inspires others women and someone who finally is financially independent. Thank you so much.
Or an arranged marriage, and why?
Thank you so much for the question, ma'am. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. When it comes to marriage, I think there are 3 most important qualities that I look for: love, trust, and teamwork. And without them, I don't think the marriage is complete. So it doesn't matter to me whether the marriage is love marriage or arranged marriage. Thank you so much.
What should a woman possess to make a notable difference in the world?
Thank you so much for the question, ma'am. Once again, a very warm good evening, one and all assembled here. To make a notable difference in the world, women should be financially independent and should be strong enough to make a voice and stood for herself to live in this world. Thank you.
Social issue would the world leaders, what social issue would it be and why?
Thank you so much for the question. Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The one social issue that I would discuss with the world leaders would be women's safety. I think women are not safe within their own barriers of their home. And self-defense and legal rights are the very founding stones for a safety of a woman, and these are very important for any society. Thank you.
Thank you. You had a chance to discuss a social issue with the world leaders. What social issue would it be and why?
Thank you for your question once again. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I was born and brought up in country India, where I believe that one of the major social issue is poverty. It makes me feel sad that seeing children who are deprived, exploited and vulnerable not getting an education. And I feel that education is one of a major issue that, education is one of a major thing that we need to provide to the children in order to make our society better. So therefore, the one social issue that I would like to talk about to the political leaders of our country is about poverty. If we as individuals can come together and talk about these social issues, then I believe that this country would be a better world for everybody to live in. Thank you.
Question, are you nervous, Miss Dyna?
A little bit, but really excited too.
It's good to be nervous. Contestant number 5, here is your question. If you had a chance to discuss a social issue with the world leaders, what social issue would it be and why?
Thank you for your question, ma'am. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If I had privilege to speak in front of all the world leaders, I would definitely address the inconsistency in healthcare in our Northeast, because my heart aches to see when someone is severely ill or diagnosed with some complicated disease, she or he is referred to outside of the Northeast. I'm very fortunate that my parents can afford it, but what about the poor people, the underprivileged one? I think we should start talking about it. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, in my opinion, the biggest issue that are facing by our educational system is that instead of leading the students and everyone showing the creativeness, they are forcing them to learn by heart. They are using the learning of rote learning, that is mugging off by heart. And I strongly believe that if we keep on moving like this, then we won't be able to show our creativeness in this system. And instead of just learning by heart, let us try to make us focus more on how to express ourselves and how to make a student to show his creativeness. Thank you so much.
Interview are looked on more favorably. Yet when women do the same, they are looked on less favorably. Why do you think this is?
Thank you for your question, ma'am. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I believe this is happening due to the narrative we are living in, that raising a child and bearing a child is a woman's job. But when man does it, it is seen that an extraordinary thing, rather than a father carrying his responsibility about their families. Thank you.
This is your question. Who is the most inspiring person in your life and why?
Thank you so much for your question, ma'am. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The most inspiring person in my life is, yes, of course, my mother, because she carries me in her womb for 9 months, and her love and her trust for me, I don't think that I could never get that from another person. And if I were to be born, I would love to born as her child again, as her daughter. Thank you so much.
Important to you than family.
Thank you for your question, ma'am. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For me, my career is more important than my family. Thank you.
Thank you, contestant number 14. Here is your question. How would you define your state? Give 3 facts that make your state popular.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the question. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My state is known as the Jewel of India. It is the second paradise in art. And if I have to describe 3 things about my state, then we should always remember that it is the mirror of Northeast, since it has the Loktak Lake, the only freshwater lake in the northeastern part. And we have the various rare and fauna and flora in our state. The Sangay, the Sirui plays a great important role in the world. And lastly, we have the Ima market, the only market in the world which is solely run by the woman. Thank you so much.
how would you define success?
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your question. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. To me, success is not building about skyscrapers in our surroundings, but it's about building good thoughts and intention with ourselves and helping others to do the same is the success to me. Thank you.
Welcome to Nagaland.
Thank you so much. I'm
So
feeling so great here.
I'm glad to hear that. So this is your question. According to you, what are the steps or measures needed to eradicate poverty?
Thank you for your question. To eradicate poverty, we should accelerate economic growth in our country, and that can be done by accumulating compound things and increasing labor efficiency, and by technological advancement that can only be done. And economic growth can also be the steps taken by the government, and we ourselves can do that by doing our jobs greatly. As a student, we should study well, and as a teacher, we should teach well. Thank you.
You have a lot of support. So you better answer the question also based on the support you have.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
The question for you is, how different would the world be if women ruled the world?
Thank you, sir, for the question. Good evening, Northeast. If women were to rule the world, I believe that the world, if the word rule, if it means influence, I believe that we women are naturally God-gifted to influence our home, our family, and a society as a whole. So I believe that if the word influence means kind, love, and compassion, I believe that the world will be at peace and it will be a better place for all of us to live in. Thank you.
Hi, Subiksha.
Hi, ma'am.
Okay, my question for you is this. What is your greatest strength and how did it help you to become one of the finalists tonight?
Thank you for your question, ma'am. Good evening, everybody, once again. Well, I believe that my greatest strength is my confidence. Because I believe that confidence is the key to success. I am beautifully confident, and that's what led me the top 8 finalists for Miss Northeast 2022. Thank you.
Feeling a little nervous, but also very excited.
Okay, that's wonderful. My question for you is, has personal interaction taken a back seat because of social networking sites?
Thank you so much for the question. Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I think personal interaction has definitely taken a backseat because of social networking. There used to be a time when we all used to sit together and eat food, share our meals, share our thoughts. But now, while eating, we are rather busy on our phones. While technology is making our lives easier, it is also making us lazier. Thank you.
Good evening, Miss Irene.
Good evening, sir.
So this is your question. There is a group of people who do not support the concept of beauty contests. What will you tell them?
Thank you so much, sir, for the question. I believe that it's all right for people to not support everything, to have their own perspective and misconception about things. But what I would like to tell them is to try to think positively, look at things positively, and try to support our youth for the betterment of themselves and for the...
This talent goes to contestant number 10, Miss Eshanee. To crown our Miss Talent, can I please request Mrs. Vinanim to do the honors? Miss Talent is sponsored by Mr. Louis Major Sekose. She receives gift hampers from Mula Akami and Bipinapuro. Photogenic and goes to contestant number 10, Miss Eshanee. Please come back on stage to receive your subtitle. Can I please request Mr. Nise Merino to crown our winner? Missy's gift hampers from Mul Akami and Vipenapuro. Perfect 10. And it goes to contestant number 9, Miss Irene Dkhar. Can I please request Dr. Teresia to do the honors? Miss Perfect 10 is sponsored by Bespoke by Karishma. She walks away with gift hampers from Wool. Congratulations on who deserved the title of Queen of Hearts. And the subtitle of Queen of Hearts goes to contestant number 2, Lika Chophy. Can I please request Mrs. Lenin to crown our winner? Miss Northeast 2022 goes to contestant number 5, Miss Dyna Jomo from Arunachal Pradesh. Miss Mami Kirchisa to sash our winner. The second runner-up is sponsored by Anand Hero Motors. She will receive gift hampers from Peter Kezevito, proprietor of Shetu Resort. She will also receive flowers sponsored by the Venapuro. To Miss Dyna Jomo for winning the second runner-up of Miss Northeast 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 people left, yet only 2 spots remain. Without further ado, first runners-up goes to contestant number 10, Miss Eshanee Hatimuria from Assam. Can I please request Mrs. Catalina to sash our winner? Flowers from Vipenapuro. Holding you in suspense any longer, allow me to announce Miss Northeast 2022 is contestant number 9, Miss Meghalaya. Can I please request Dr. Saga to sash our winners? Can I request Miss Novi Awoli to crown our winner? Miss Northeast 2022 is sponsored by Ford Hyundai, Buto Hyundai, and she receives gift hampers sponsored by Pete Kezevitio, proprietor of Shetu Resort. She also receives flowers from Vipenapuro. Miss Northeast twice actually. It was held in 1996 and in the year 2004. However, this is the first edition of Miss Northeast initiated by the Northeast Beauty Organization, and in the same month they held their general meeting. They formed this organization with the hope of unifying and bringing together all the 8 Northeast states of India. They also hoped to give a platform, a legitimate platform, where the name Miss Northeast was true, as all states would come and participate in this pageant. And I think that with all the hard efforts of the office bearers, of the people involved, this has been a possibility. So let's give a huge round of applause to the office bearers and everyone involved for making this